Damn. Hey, Daniel. Miss Diane. Hello, darling. How y'all doing tonight? Hey, Amy. How you doing, girl? Oh. Well, did you get you a little rest today, Amy? After that long day yesterday? That's good. Hey, Verda. How you doing? Well, wake up, girl. Can't be going to sleep this early. Hmm. Boy, it was hot today, but it sure was a pretty day. It was good. I might do it again tonight. Start doing that, I get fat as a pig. Hey, Boom on Bang. How's it going, Tim? Miss Janice from Trouble herself. Getting shorter and shorter, isn't it? Yeah, and your nose is gonna grow too, girl. Why don't y'all come on up? Mm-mm. Yeah, y'all do. Yeah. Diane don't ever come up.
Hey,
Hey, what you say, Jim? How you doing, man?
being busy.
Well, that's good. That's good. I hadn't seen you in a while.
It's been a long, long time.
I figured Ashley done hit you in the head and stuck you in the closet or something. Oh goodness. Well, how's everybody feeling? Y'all getting act back together?
So and so.
So. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I tell you what, it takes a while sometimes. I've been doing Rocky's all by itself.
Yeah, we sat there watching her graduation. I just looking at them pretty girls.
There you go.
I gotta go to college.
We'll go back to the doctor tomorrow, Ron.
Okay.
Don't we?
A lot, Bryce. Get out in here.
Y'all good. I hope y'all get it all squared around.
Me too.
Well,
Yeah. No, first one thing after another.
that's the way I've been the last 3 or 4 weeks.
Oh, Jim went bear hunting the other day and saw a bear.
Mm.
Bear
I
skin
blew a knee,
off.
I blew a knee out and took a tumble and broke 3 ribs.
I ain't fun.
No,
Wonder where Kenny is tonight.
ain't no telling. Hello, Lillian. How you doing? Yeah. Hello, Miss Cat.
Yeah, my father-in-law, he messed his knee up. I told him I need to fix it. I'll take a hammer and smash it. That'll fix it.
My dad tore something called a meniscus.
Mm.
And has a, what is it?
He got a real bad bruise behind his leg too.
Kenny might have fell asleep. Hello, Ann J. And Kicking. How y'all doing?
A cruise ship caught on fire today.
Really?
The one Kenny was going on in October.
Really?
Yes.
I think I'd rather stay on the ground.
That barbecue, huh? Kathleen, what you been up to?
Anything can happen.
Oh yeah. A goofy world right now. I ain't no telling what'll happen.
Oh, let me show around your baby doll, babe. Can you show him your baby doll?
That's something you should
That's
play.
Jim's baby doll.
Oh, it's not the ship Kenny was going on.
That's not the same one.
Uh-uh. So just the back end of it burned.
That still ain't good.
No. Well, it's gonna go out eventually. If it sinks, we'll let it put the fire out.
I'm gonna let you go. And she gotta go to the doctor in one.
Yeah.
That's the way it goes.
Yep. I know that feeling.
I hate doctor's offices.
I don't want to go. Ron, you can go for me.
Mm.
I'm gonna just go have. What am I having that tomorrow? Ultrasound.
Yeah, they're gonna ultrasound you.
I pulled 5 muscles in my stomach.
Mm. That's not fun either.
No, it ain't.
Tell me to catch you next time.
I'll catch you next time.
Hi. Ooh. Y'all ever get where your legs are jumping? Tickling the inside? I don't know how to say it. Hello, Timmy Ray. Mm. Well, I had to plug the battery in on a hot spot. Yeah, I'm back now. That was my fault. Let the battery run down on it. Oh, me. I tried to find that deal Kenny was talking about on the 2 runs, and I couldn't find it. Boy, you cruising for a bruising kicking. I'm gonna stay away from you. There's been a few people try to keep me in line, but I can walk pretty crooked. I got paired to us hollering. That wouldn't be fun, Janice. There's not much they can do about it. One of these days, everybody wants to make noise about all kind of stuff, pass another law. And the guy broke 100 laws. We don't need another damn law. We need to do something about it. They, they need to go in there and put them some 8-foot fences with concertina wire around them schools, and they need to just have 2 or 3 entry points that you can come in. And you shouldn't be able to just walk in on a damn campus like that. They, instead of spending millions of dollars on a football stadium for high school football, well, they spend a little of it on security. I thought you was always good, Lillian. I can tell already they gonna give me the blues tonight. I can't take all the glue off. My damn britches will fall down. That's right, Fairy Dust. I get so tickled at people about something like this. The politicians, the first thing they'll do is jump up there and go to hollering about passing another damn law. And hell, they can't enforce the laws we got now. Do something about what we got. All that is a smoke screen to make us think they're doing something. I guess I better shut up about that. It depends on how you get women, not how you get them, but never mind. I said something on another program, Charlie Grace's. They were talking about the parents not doing their job, and there's a lot of that. But I also know families that the parents are just good people. They had 3 kids. One of them wound up and be a preacher, and one of them wound up and be a doctor, and the other one wound up and be a drug dealer. The personality of that kid got a lot to do with it. You can just do so much. Sometimes you got to just say that's just a bad damn kid. Nobody wants to say that about a kid. Well, I tell you what, I don't know about the DPS, but the damn Uvalde Police Department sure did. That's right, Barry Dust, you got it. It's always been that way, Lillian. Used to you didn't have a choice. They'd draft you when you were 18. Yeah, there you go, Fairy Dust. That's what I was trying to say a while ago. Yeah, I'm not so sure that every kid that come out of high school when he turned 18 shouldn't have to go spend a couple of years in the military. That's a funny deal, Lillian. I work with a lot of vets. The When I was in the military, you were basically what they preached was a one-man army. You could, if you had to keep fighting by yourself, well, you keep doing it. Well, now it's all about a group. they guys go in together, serve their whole tour sometime in the same group, and so they used to somebody being able to back them up and nobody left behind. And then they get home, and all of a sudden they haven't got that support group, and they haven't got anybody watching their back, and that's a real problem now. They, what is it they claim to? 21, yeah, 21 vets a day commit suicide. A bunch of folks.
Howdy, y'all.
Howdy, y'all. I couldn't find that video you were talking about.
You talking about the one where I dedicated to you and Ron Sees America?
Yeah.
It's because it's not coming out until tomorrow.
Okay, I thought you said it come out this morning.
No, it's coming out tomorrow morning. I have it scheduled to release at 8 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
See, I put out at least one video a day. Because what I have been told is, and what I've learned from other YouTubers, YouTube likes for you to at least be consistent with your channel and be put out at least one video a day.
That's a lot of work.
Well, see, I don't do any editing on mine, so unless I'm with Joy or somebody like that knows more about editing than I do.
I don't
Now
know much.
those adventure videos, those truck shows, those have and the one that's coming out tomorrow in the raid parade, those have been edited videos. But when I do them here at my house, at my own home, I upload them as is. Hey,
Hey.
Moon over Miami and Ringo.
Yeah, Moon. How you doing? Boy, chat's jumping tonight.
And hey, Daniel. But like I said many times, what you see on my channel from me is what you get in person as well. So, I mean, those are the only edited videos. Those are the only edited videos that I have, is the ones where I went on adventures with somebody and stuff like that. Yeah, I've gotten rain all day long, bro. It's been raining all day long, and it's still raining.
Boy, it was pretty here today, but it's hot. That sweat just dripping off me, and I don't sweat real easy. Yeah. You got bad people, and you always had them. Always will have. Part of the deal is the news media. It's got to be sensational, so that's what they report. They and everything that's bad comes up is on the internet in 5 minutes, you know.
Yeah.
It's just a different world. Oh, there's a lot of things they could do to slow that way down on them schools if they just spend the damn money to do it. Kicking, from what I understand, that one old boy was Border Patrol, I think. He went in and got shot twice, but he took him out. That they could take, and talk about security, it wouldn't be any problem at all to put magnetic locks on all them doors to where you could lock that whole school down by just flipping one switch. You know, and at least if you had a shooter in the school, you could take and hem him up in one spot. He couldn't just roam around the school and do what he wanted to. Oh, I'm doing good, Lillian. I had a lot of buddies of mine put up with a lot of stuff after they come home. I never did. I wouldn't put up with it. And I'm sort of rough looking anyway, so nobody. I never did have anybody spit on me or do anything like that. Oh, what's Paul doing?
He's over there watching something on his phone. I don't know what he's watching.
There you go, Cat. See, now you're thinking the same way I am. If they just had one or two exes going to a school, and ain't nobody gonna carry a rifle in without seeing it.
Hey, NDT Talks Wrestling. Yeah, I agree there. You do need multiple exits in case of a fire. I will agree to that for sure.
Yeah, but you know, if you had an emergency switch, fire or anything else, you wouldn't use that switch. You had to have it, but it would stop a shooter from moving around inside a school and going into another room. Hey, Roy.
Hey, Roy and Becky.
Yep. That was about 20 minutes from my cousin's house.
Oh, me.
But that's why they need to check entrance at a fence before they ever get inside the school.
Yeah, I remember many a times we had to practice. We had to practice. We had to practice fire drills, tornado drills, and all kinds of different drills we had to practice in school.
Yep, that's right. There you go, Kathleen.
What does that? What does that stand for? DMZ.
Yeah. Demilitarized zone. Can't even talk tonight. Yeah, I couldn't spit it out.
Demilitarized zone.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, I guarantee you, passing another damn law ain't gonna make no difference. They need to enforce what they got, use their head a little bit. I swear, sometimes I think the damn politicians we got think everybody's just a teetotal damn idiot. That's not surprising me in Uvalde, Kathleen. I haven't really watched much on it, but just a little bit. Uvalde's awful close to that border. Yeah, kicking. We everybody had a gun. Every kid in high school had a rack in the back of his pickup. Yeah, and that's the truth. Now they find one empty cartridge in a vehicle when they're checking it, and they'll be wanting to put somebody in jail. You ever shoot any guns, King?
No, I don't think I can handle it because of the way I am with loud noises.
Oh, you better set them up some. And it,
They, I've tried earmuffs. I've tried. I have. I've tried earplugs. I've tried everything I know of out there, and there's nothing out there that helps my ears any. Now, I have shot a BB gun, which ain't nothing. It's those little, like those little pellet ball type. You just go poof. That ain't bad. I have done that, but it's been a good while since I've done that. Because my cousin was showing me about how, and I just don't. I just don't think the way I am with loud noises. I just don't think I could handle it.
Well, they've got, when I was shooting in pistol tournaments, I had a set of earmuffs that had noise canceling in them. You could hear me and you talking. It would, you could hear each other with the muffs on. But as soon as somebody fired around, that thing shut down and you couldn't hear nothing. You muffled a gun that you had in your hand.
Yeah. I I might could try those. I don't know. I would like to have something like that for self defense. For protection for me and for me and dad, because we're really not able to defend for ourselves. Especially especially if I'm out somewhere, because I know my cousin, he's he's got his permit and everything, and because it's gotten to where now it's gotten so bad you can't trust people anymore. Steve,
Hey, Mr. Steve, how you doing? Oh, Steve, are you enjoying making your or posting your videos?
because I
This
did
is a
believe
hot.
in that amendment, a right to bear arms.
I know this is a hot subject, and
Yeah.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, what was it? The guy in England killed 41 people that day with a knife.
I'm not sure. Drop the link, Ron, for Steve to come up.
Yeah, machetes. I'm going to tell just a little story here. People talk about how many rounds you can get off. Uh, I used to carry a revolver, and I used to shoot a lot of competition. And I could take a revolver and drop it in a holster, turn my back to a target, and bust 6 rounds off, and have 6 loose rounds in my pocket. Reload that revolver, fire 6 more rounds, and I could do it in under 5 seconds. That's 12 rounds in 5 seconds. Now, you can, if you're proficient with one, you can put a lot of rounds out with anything. I don't care what it is.
Can you space this out there, Ron?
Do what?
Can you space this out there?
Yeah, here, hang on a minute.
Oh no! Wow, that there.
Oh, wrong button. Sorry, Kenny.
Hey, gentlemen, what's going on? Man, I didn't even comb my hair. So, did I step into something here? What are we talking about?
Oh no, we were just talking about the gun. What an assault rifle is. And it's like Michael Land talking about semi-automatics or automatics. Well, you can't buy an automatic. That's a machine gun.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah. I spent 21 years in a few days in the military and got real familiar with weapons of all kinds. I was in munitions, so our job was to build things that our pilots dropped on the enemy wherever they were called to do that. And as part of that, we carried weapons to protect what we built and what we transported out to the airplanes on the flight line. So,
yeah, that's right. Well, and people talk about this, and it's a hot subject. I understand that, and I'm pretty vocal about the way I feel about it. But if you want to know if it's important or not, just take a look at Ukraine right now.
yeah.
There's a prime example of some folks fighting for their home, and I hope it never happens here, but it's damn sure a possibility.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate these things happen. We've got a issue with mental health with a lot of our kids and older folks as well. But, with our kids, many of them not supervised and, their parents aren't keeping track of what they're doing and where they're going. And, a 18-year-old kid, in my opinion, really has no business getting his hands on a weapon. But legally, he can. At 18, you can legally buy something. But I don't know what the answer is. But I went into the military at 18, and they strictly controlled us. When they handed you a weapon, they signed it out to you, and you were trained to use it. The kids that we have running around with them, civilian kids, don't get that training unless they grew up in the Midwest and they grew up hunting, and they were taught weapon safety and respect for weapons as being tools to be used for hunting and, protecting yourself and protecting your country. But to go into a school and, kill innocent people and kids it's a mental health issue. That's right, Amy. Now, I heard today that this guy just walked into the school. When I try to go to my grandkids' school, they meet me at the gate. They meet everybody at the gate. There's one entrance into the school and one entrance out. and you have to go through the front gate and you have to be checked in and you have to check in at the office. You know, that's the way it is here in southern Arizona. And it doesn't sound like they had security there. So I'm sure it's going to get a lot more secure from this point on, but it's already too late. You know, you've already got all these teachers and young kids, you know, that were harmed. It's too late for them.
Boy, this damn internet going crazy tonight. Well, you know, I'm a firm believer, Steve, in one thing I was talking about a while ago. Is you got some kids that are just bad kids. I mean, the parents can't handle them. Nobody can handle them. And then kids raised in the same household might be the best kids in the world. Ate the same food, slept the same bed, raised the same way. Some people, personality is bad.
That's very true, Ron. Very true. And you know, I know that some parents report their kids to law enforcement, and law enforcement says, you know, until your kid breaks the law, there's not much we can do, you know, as law enforcement. And so, you know, you're at your wit's end if you have a bad kid that you can't handle. You're just at your wit's end, and not much you can do until something bad happens.
Well, this is a crazy deal, and what I get mad about is every time something happens, it jumps up on guns. People don't realize there's 300 million registered firearms in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
That's nearly one per person. Well, we got 315 million people.
Yeah.
And it's been that way for 200 years, you know.
And the question in my mind always is, so if you want me to turn in my guns, is the scumbag living down the road in the single wide trailer that doesn't give a crap, is he going to turn his gun in? No, probably not.
Yeah. Well, it's just a bad deal.
You know,
and there's not a simple answer to it. Yeah.
No, there's not. There's not.
Yeah, right, Kathleen. Those are just the registered ones.
Hey, Dyson's Crazy Adventure. Christina?
Yeah, Lillian makes a good point. It's not the guns killing people. You know, it's people killing people. And the same thing goes with vehicles, you know.
Oh, yeah.
I used to laugh at the news reports some nights where you would see, an SUV plowed into a crowd and, you know, hurt and injured X number of people. An SUV did it. Well, no, it was the idiot behind the wheel that did it, not the SUV.
Well, you know, anything can be. You've been in the military, and you can turn any damn thing into a weapon. I mean, it's not. It don't have to have a trigger on it.
Hey,
Sure.
North and South Homestead.
You know, my wife was born and raised in Japan, and they don't allow guns over there unless it's a sporting gun and it's very strictly controlled. And, you know, people get knifed over there. When you get a crazy guy running around, he runs around with a sword or a knife, you know, and kills people with it. So crazy people are going to do crazy things regardless of the tools they have available.
Yeah, it's all kind. I mean, in the United States, we got where we want to pass the buck. Responsibility for something.
Mm-hmm.
And if somebody is like that, let's say it like it is. he screwed up a kid, you know, it might be 1,000 reasons he's that way, but he needs to take responsibility for it. And we got it's just like right now. This country was raised on if you're innocent until you're proven guilty. That was supposed to be the setup, and now it's completely turned around because you're damn near guilty until you can prove yourself innocent. Now, you know, the whole thing's changed.
Yeah, Peace Dragon, my name is up there. Desert Adventures in Arizona. Yeah, I think around here, what the schools have done is basically put fences up around, you know, funnel everybody in the same entrance and exit, control who comes in. If you come in, if I come in as a grandfather and want to check one of my grandkids out, my daughter has to put my name, you know, my name and my wife, their grandmother's name is listed in the office. And she gives us permission to check her kids out. But anyone else who comes in is challenged at the front door. Now, do they have guns? Yeah. Do the teachers have guns? I don't think so, but they do have a Marana PD resource officer there, you know, that's there while school is in session. You can argue whether that's enough or not, but, you know, at least it's better than nothing.
Yeah. Well, you know, somebody said something the other day. Said what they need to do is set the deal up like you're talking about, and said there's just a hell of a lot of vets that would volunteer to man those posts.
Yeah.
And that are trained with weapons, you know.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I would do it too. And I guess was it Florida? Somebody did that where ex-military and military retirees volunteered to go in. It was after one of those big shootings. Some ex-military went in.
You know, you're not going to sneak a rifle in through a gate like that. You can't hide a rifle. Now, you can hide a pistol, but you can't hide a rifle.
Yeah.
And everybody's talking about the assault weapons. This kid didn't have them. It was all pistol.
Was it?
Yeah. It wasn't even a rifle.
I haven't watched a whole lot of it. You know, everything comes out fast and furious the first few days.
Yeah.
So I kind of wait for things to settle down, let them do their investigations, and then I start watching and, you know, learning what happened.
Yeah, it's something else. Well, anyway, that's a touchy subject.
Dragon, thanks.
I appreciate the way everybody out of shape about it. And that's one good thing about this old country. We all got a right to our own opinion. And that's what makes this country special.
Yeah, and the situation that we're in, where we live, you know, we have migrants passing through. And most of the time, in fact, all the time, we've never been threatened.
He loves you.
We've never been threatened by anybody, but you know, there are also drug runners that go through, and the border in Arizona is pretty much wide open, and so a lot of fentanyl is coming through. And when those guys come through and they're barreling ass down the road with a pickup truck loaded up with drugs, you get the hell out of the way. You don't get in front of them. You don't become a hero. You just let them pass. And if you get a license plate number, call it in. That's all you can do. You just stay out of the way. So that's the main reason why I keep weapons around. And I have a few of them. You know, I'm a military guy and I'm comfortable with them. My wife has hers and she can defend herself if she needs to. But that's just the nature of where we live and, you know, our history.
That's what they're made for.
Sure.
You know, and they're a lot of fun too.
They are. They are a lot of fun but you have to be careful what you're doing.
Yeah, it's just like, here's a stat that people don't even think about. There's more people killed by knives every year than there is by firearms.
Yeah.
People don't ever think about that. Knife can hurt us. You drop a knife, that damn thing goes through the top of your foot.
And you don't hear much on the news about people who protected themselves from an intruder. Once in a great while, you'll hear something, but a lot of that stuff goes unreported. So if somebody comes jump my gate, I've got about an acre fenced in out of the 5 acres that we have here. If somebody jumps the gate, comes up and beats on my door, I'm going to open the door and I'm going to have a weapon with me. And they're going to turn around and leave, right? Most normal people would do that. Now, if they're high on drugs and nobody knows, I haven't heard if this guy was high on drugs, they may not. They may want to challenge you. And then you got to be able to take care of business if you have to. That's the thing that bothers me is the drugs.
Well, he killed, from what I understand, he posted a message he was going to do it, and he went in and killed his grandmother before he went to the school. And they said he was inside that school for an hour before anybody even knew he was there.
Right. I thought his grandmother was still alive, though.
Was it? He didn't shoot her?
Loves the school has a security. They call him basically a police officer that was on duty. And this guy was in there, Ron, you said an hour?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the Uvalde police, it sounded like, fell down on the job. They wouldn't go in there. Finally, a border patrol went in there and got him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those border agents, especially the Borstar guys, they're badass. They'll go in and take them out. Yeah, Diane says he shot Grandma in the face. She survived and called police. That's what I thought.
Yeah. Weird cat.
Now, watching, I've been around cops quite a bit in the military, and the military cops operate the same as city cops do. And when you have a situation like this, in my experience observing, is they want to set up their quads, they call them. And so when you have an event, everybody shows up, all the units show up. They have a guy in charge, captain or whoever it is, and they set up, okay, you go to this intersection, you go to that intersection, and they basically set up their security parameter. And that may have been what the local cops were working on, getting everybody in place and setting up. So when they did go in, if the guy escaped, they would be able to capture him. And so there is some delay in doing that. Everybody's frustrated. They didn't rush right in. But
Good night, Roy, Becky.
I expect that's what they were doing.
Well, different situations. If it's a hot shooter, they need to go in.
Yeah.
If it's hot, well, they need to try to stop it. But if there's not rounds popping, then I can understand them doing like you're talking about. Sometimes there's not time for that. You got to go in. If you got any chance of stopping it, you got to get after it.
Yeah.
Again, that's one of them situations where every one of them is different. And, you make a judgment call and you go with what you think you need to do.
Yeah, it's a tough, and we're all armchair judges here. We're sitting in our chairs watching the tube, saying, asking these questions, and until it all is settled, and it's going to take weeks before it all comes out.
Yeah.
It's really hard to judge. But if my kid was in there or my grandchild was in there, I'd be there screaming right along with everybody else. In fact, I'd be trying to go in, with my sidearm. I'd be trying to go in and get my kid.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Keyboard quarterbacks.
Hey, Renee Deuce Rider.
Hey, Renee. Well, and you know something else about that. I've been shot at before, and you don't never know how you're gonna react. You know, I've said that were some tough hombres that have been seen a lot of action and just see just one day everything was wrong. They just lock up. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you don't never know how you're gonna react to it.
Yeah.
You know how you think.
The situation that I ran into was my electric co-op that I worked for 20 years did not allow guns on the property. So I live out in a rural area with migrants coming through and drugs coming through, and I have to leave my gun at home. I have no protection, no self-protection from the time that I left home until I got to work. While I'm at work, not a big deal. I'm driving home. I have nothing with me for self-protection. It took them about 18 years to reverse that decision. The CEO and the attorney finally determined, if the employees like Steve kept their handgun locked in their car, there should be no reason. And as it turned out, there was an Arizona law that said you were allowed to do that. There was no restriction. You could not restrict somebody from legally, having one in their vehicle if it was properly secured. And so they ended up reversing that. But there was one time I was heading to work, and I'm 19 miles from work with about a 5-mile windy road from my house, and I came across a pickup truck that was turned over on the shoulder. It was loaded with illegals. It had flipped over, and there were 3 of them that were badly hurt. A bunch of other ones ran off. Well, the driver, I recognized him because he was going back and forth for weeks, picking up illegals in my area and hauling them towards town. I recognized him. Well, he trotted up to my Jeep and said, "Hey, you got any water?" And so I gave him a bottle of water, and off he went, headed south. And he just left these guys. So I stayed with them until the sheriff deputy got out there. But I had no protection with me. I just sat in my Jeep. I wasn't going to get out and walk around. I just sat there and made sure that nobody ran over these guys that were out there screaming their head off because they were hurt so bad. And so, and it's a bad situation.
Yeah, it is. Well, I'll give you 2 good examples of why I'll always have some kind of firearm. And they've happened to me in the last 6 months. Where I've got my RV parked, the guy I rent the space from has got a shop between me and his house. And about 3 o'clock one morning, I heard a pickup running. Woke me up. What the heck's going on? And I listened. He sat there for 4 or 5 minutes. Well, I got up and threw some clothes on and grabbed that 45 of mine and eased outside. And then there was a pickup sitting there idling right in front of that shop. And I eased up the pickup and looked inside it, and there wasn't anybody in the truck. Well, I eased around and walked in that shop. When I did, I walked up behind an old boy that was gathering all the tools and stuff up in the shop. And I put him on the ground till the sheriff got there.
Hmm.
Well, now, if I, that could have been a bad deal.
Yeah.
And when he turned around, he was lucky. He had his hands full of wrenches. He didn't have a telephone in his hand or something, you know. And I don't ever want to shoot somebody. I mean, but if it's necessary, we'll fine. And then here about a month ago, there's a house about 200 yards from us, and we're out in the country. We're not in a bad neighborhood or anything. And some kind of dope deal went down, and an old boy shot and killed 3 people. And they finally caught him. But, you know, now he's 200 yards from me. So you don't never know. It's can you still open carry in Arizona?
Yeah, you can. In fact, you can concealed carry. They passed a law a couple of years ago where everybody can conceal carry in Arizona.
That's good. Okay, that's what I need to know.
Now,
I
I was going to say something. I forgot. Renee says, I think our vets should protect our children in the schools. They're trained, they serve their country, and they need jobs. Yeah, absolutely. I would volunteer also.
But my biggest gripe about the school, and of course other soft targets too, but especially about the school and the kids, is they can be set up before they've got that zone between the gate you come in and the school.
Mm-hmm.
Before you get inside the school. That
I'm doing good, Lowen. I think Ron froze.
Oh, Ron. Where you at, Ron?
yeah, I'll be back in a minute.
Okay. There you go. You're back.
There you go. But I think that they could be set up where our kids were a hell of a lot safer. And, you know, instead of spending that $40 million building a damn football stadium, come on, let's spend a little bit of money to protect our kids.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Oh, I know what I was going to say. I had a neighbor that lived across the road. He was a retired sheriff deputy out of California. And he told me, he said, but you need to remember, Steve, where we live out here, and we're 25 miles from town. He said, law enforcement is the cleanup crew. If something happens, you have to take care of it. And then they're going to show up about 20 minutes later after it's all done, and hopefully you're still standing. And they're going to come out and figure out what happened, and they're the cleanup crew. So that really hit me hard, you know, when he told me that. And this is a retired sheriff deputy, you know, that says, you got to take care of business. You can't assume that, you know, the good guys with a gun are going to show up just at the nick of time when you need them. So you have to be ready with something, even if it's a baseball bat.
That's right.
You know, something that you can use to delay until help arrives. You got to have something.
Yeah, Texas has got that now. You can carry anybody that's not a felon can carry a concealed, not concealed.
So Renee asked, to get a concealed license, do you have to zigzag through the United States? There's actually an app, I can't say the word, but reciprocal. So if you have a concealed carry permit in your state, the app will tell you whether or not every other state in the United States recognizes your concealed carry, and it'll give you a go, no go, yes or no, and that's what you can use to travel with, and then you can find out what the specific rules are. But I actually keep an app on my phone when I'm traveling, where I pay attention to what the laws are.
Well, you know, firearms. I enjoy guns because I target shoot and I've competed with them, and of course in the military I hunt, and so I use a weapon. I use a weapon year round, and they talk about these high capacity magazines. I got a 10-22 sitting in there that's got 25 rounds in it. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it ain't nothing to have a 22, 15 rounds in it. And people talk about pistols and rifles. And the thing that cracks me up is the baddest dog out there is a 12 gauge shotgun.
Oh yeah, yeah, big time.
You can do more damage with a 12 gauge shotgun than you can with a rifle. I mean, that's the most potent.
You may pick yourself up off the floor after you shoot both barrels, but you know you're going to take anybody down. You know, I'm a good enough shot, Ron, where I've always said I can take a 22 long, and I can turn somebody around. You know, that's coming at me. I may not kill them, but I can turn them around real quick. You know, and make their day really bad.
When I was shooting in NRA tournaments, well, a perfect score was a 300, and your X ring was just, I mean, it was like the size of a dime. And you sit there, and the really good shooters put 30 rounds less than an inch at 25.
Oh, you're breaking up again.
You froze, Ron. How you been, Steve?
Not bad, not bad. You know, when you talk about laws of concealed carry, open carry of, you know, weapons through different states, many of the people that I know say it's better to be judged by one than carried by six. Especially RVers, when you're when you're trying to figure out, if I take my RV into California, what should I do with my whatever you're taking with you?
Mm-hmm.
And I think most of law enforcement, unless something comes up, you know, are not going to come looking for that stuff. But I think that's a lot of the attitude that, you know, RVers, military experienced RVers take is, you know, I'm not going to leave that home and leave myself exposed. I don't feel right doing it. And they, you know, they take it with them regardless. Peace Dragon. I don't know karate, but I'll tell you what, my wife is Japanese and she can take me down in a heartbeat, and she knows a little bit.
Welcome back,
Yeah.
Ron.
I do reload my own ammo. If you're shooting tournaments, you've nearly got to.
Yeah.
It's too expensive otherwise.
Oh yeah, you can't afford it otherwise. Yeah, I had a friend that did all his own reloading, and he shot tournaments out in a gun range out to the east of it. But
It's a little bit different deal right now, though. To me, I drove all over it, and I didn't carry a gun. But you know, there's a couple of deterrents. There's two sounds that if you ever have heard them one time, you'll never forget. And that's a 12 gauge shotgun being racked back and a pin popping out of a hand grenade.
mm-hmm.
Two sounds you'll never forget.
Yep.
They,
Well, Kathleen Klein, she lives up in the wild, wild Midwest there.
yeah. Again, this is a bad deal. I understand, and I think people feel helpless not being able to do it. But my whole deal is talking about it, and let's put something up for security. Let's spend some money on our kids. I'll tell you a little story about the karate sometime, William. Yeah,
Karate's good. Karate's good for close in. If you can, you have to be close, fairly close to, unless you're a ninja, and you can sneak up on somebody without them knowing you're coming. You've got to be pretty close in.
I had a friend of mine that compound that had the Korean rock soldiers, and I got to be friends with a instructor on hand-to-hand combat.
You cutting in and out,
Right.
Ron.
Here we go again.
Ron, did you pay your internet bill this month?
Yeah, but I had a friend of mine that was heavy into the karate. He got to messing with an old boy, and he got to messing with that kid and kept messing with him, and I told him, I said, Dale, you better leave him alone now. And he was bouncing around talking about what black belt he was and all this. And finally, that old country hillbilly from Tennessee reared back, started just about his back pocket and swung and hit that old boy and just slid him plumb across the room. And I thought, yep, that karate didn't work this time, did it?
Well, Kat says,
Yeah.
rule of thumb, trust your internal warning bells. If something doesn't feel right, leave. And most people know when something's not right. That our kids don't know. We're having discussions with one of our granddaughters who's kind of she's early teens, and she's got gaining friends who want to go do stuff, and we're talking to her about paying attention to her surroundings and the people she's hanging out with, because some of them are not good kids, and we can see them, but she can't, and so it's important as parents and grandparents that we point those things out to them so they're at least watching and they can try to stay out of trouble.
Good night, Lily. Thank you for coming in. Go ahead, Mr. Steve.
Well, that's pretty much it. Renee says, I was shot up by 2 teenager guys for asking them for littering the entire bag of trash when the truck was purchased from an auction. Yeah, you never know.
World now.
The gift of fear, huh? Kathleen, I'm going to look and see if that's on Amazon. Yeah, and this girl of mine doesn't have any fear. She is she is tough. She was out playing football with the boys out in the schoolyard, and she slipped on mud and she broke her leg. I mean, a compound fracture. It wasn't sticking out, but it was definitely broken. What's the front bone in the front of your leg? You know, you've got two bones. The front one. I mean, she did this with it, and teachers told her, well, you know, just get up and walk it off. You'll be all right. And she said, no, I'm not walking it off. Well, it turned out she actually broke it. And she was out playing football with, you know, the boys in school. And that's just kind of how she is. She's a tomboy. Okay, I see it, Kat. The Gift of Fear, $14 paperback by Gavin Becker.
My mom was the sweetest little lady you ever met in your life, but my whole family deer hunt. But when she picks a rifle up and she points it at something, it's pretty well gonna die. You know, she shoots, she don't miss, and you would never think about it. Little old bitty thing like her shooting a big old rifle.
You know, in my experience, most women are naturally good at acquiring targets, I call it. You know, my wife's the same way. I bought her a little snub nose 38 Detective Special 38 caliber that she could learn with, and she does really good with that.
Well, you know, most women, when they shoot somebody, they kill them. And the reason is that if you walk up to anybody and start talking to them, the first thing, if you'll notice, you're looking at their eyes. That's just normal. And anybody you talk to, the first thing you're going to do is look at their eyes.
Yeah.
And a woman takes a gun and just points it. Natural, just points it. And she's always looking at the eyes when she does it. A lot of headshots. And they actually claim that when women do shoot somebody, they kill them more often than a man does.
That's interesting. I hadn't heard that.
You know, I used to teach some classes on handling pistols and stuff, and you take a woman that's a good shot, they're usually pretty tough.
Yeah. Kat says it's my favorite gift for graduates. I have it in my cart, Amazon cart. Kat, so thanks, appreciate that. I will buy that and read through it and share it with my granddaughters. I have a couple of them here locally. You know, and their schools have gone through active shooter training, and they've done exercises and things, and I've kind of watched my grandson. I have a 14-year-old grandson. I've watched them as they saw the news, and it doesn't really shock them. I think, you know, the schools have pretty well let our kids know that, hey, this can happen and this is what you should do. Matter of factly, you know, if somebody comes in with a gun, these are the steps that we want you to follow. And they're all trained now, and that's how it has to be now.
Yeah, that's right. There's certain things that you got to be taught to shoot center mass.
Yeah.
You know, and double tap. And there's some things that you need to be taught. And
and then it becomes instinct. You know, teaching and training, right. Repetition becomes instinct. Good night, Lillian.
Good night again, Miss Lillian.
Cat can outshoot anyone here with a pistol. Yeah.
I used to be a good shot with a pistol, and I enjoyed them. I hunted with them a lot. But I
Yeah, I always had expert marksmanship ribbons, all the way through the military. So we had to qualify all the time. Yeah, Kathleen knows what she's doing. Is it an extension? That's exactly what it is.
there you go. Tell you what, my internet is sucks tonight.
You don't have anything extra plugged into your computer, do you?
No, I think
I
things
found
happened
that.
around what ago. I didn't used to have, but there's so many people moving in. This area is growing so fast, and they're just getting too damn many people on the system. And the other thing, they won't improve the system any because they're scared to death that this what Starlink, that is.
Yeah.
Hey, Van Life with Tina and T, I'm doing good.
Hello, Van Life. They
Gene.
but they're scared to death of that. They're scared to invest too much more money in it because that Starlink may just sink some of those.
Starlink just came out and said that you can use them with RVs now.
Yeah, I've been reading about that.
Yeah, I can pay an extra $25 a month, which gives me the ability to make it portable. Now, it doesn't work while you're driving, but you can check on their app and then relocate to another spot, and you can set it up and use it pretty much anywhere in the northern continent, which includes Canada, I believe.
Good. Gina, why don't you come up on my chat? You never have done that.
So Starlink is only in part of the States then?
No, Starlink is worldwide. They have over 2,000 low Earth orbit satellites up now, Kenny.
Oh, okay.
And it's actually a mesh network they're building for internet connectivity all around the world.
Hey, Lorraine. I hope you're feeling better.
So Renee, it cost me, I think it was $495 for the equipment. Initially, it was $99 a month for the monthly fee. It's gone up to $110. If you want to add portability to it, it's another $25 a month. So it'd be $135 a month for a Starlink setup to take pretty much anywhere you want to go.
See, I just don't say a whole lot when other people are talking. That's the reason why I'm quiet most of the time.
He's sitting there looking at them porn sites.
I'm actually playing golf, actually.
Well, you're not moderating 2 or 3 other chats tonight, huh?
No, this is the only chat I got running.
Oh my gosh, Kenny, you're slacking, buddy. What's up?
Well, there's no other live on, so.
Oh, okay.
That I know of.
Nope, Gina's going to come up. She's got to get her laptop out.
No, just golf, William.
Wow. I've never been on a live with Gina. Where's my diary? I'm going to make a note here. Live with Gina. What's today's date? The 26th of May.
Ron's in here twice.
Wow, that's weird.
Did we do this?
How in the world did
You
you
must
get
have
in
two
here
paid
twice,
tokens.
Ron? How'd you do that, Ron?
You guess as good as mine. Let's see here. Well, now it was way so.
Oh,
There's Janice.
Yeah, I don't think there's a good man through me. That's what my mom did until I grew up. The internet is weird. Nice.
mine went crazy yesterday afternoon when I was right in the middle of watching Roy and Becky, and it just went to buffering and cut out on me, and it got to where I didn't have no internet at all. Thankfully, I got somebody coming today. They're supposed to be here somewhere between 12 and 1 o'clock. That's at Eastern Standard Time. So if you don't see me on the internet, if you don't see me online anywhere today, you'll know why.
Why?
Because they're working on they're supposed to be doing something. I have no idea what they're going to be doing, but they're supposed to be doing something to my internet over here because they found something on their end that can affect my end. They said. And they couldn't tell me what they couldn't tell me what it was. They just said that they just sent me an email the other day. So I called them. To find out if it was a legitimate email, and they said yeah, and they said, and I said,
I tell you what, this word's mine been tonight.
and they said that they found something on their side, on their end of the towers, or whatever you call it, on their end, where they control internet at people's houses, that can affect my end, is what they were telling me. And I'm like, okay. And they said that they were going to send somebody out here to fix those issues.
Ron, is it raining there by any chance?
No, it's hot. It's just no storms, no nothing.
Yeah, because you're still a little glitchy. It's better now than it was earlier, but
Yeah, I know. I know I got a premiere today, but if I don't, I hope y'all enjoy it. If I don't get to be there and chat, because there ain't no telling how long they gonna have the guy here. I have no idea. The guy may even show up and ask me, says, "What can I do for you?" And I said, "Well," I'll be like, "Yeah, I don't know," because he may show up, he may not know what he's even here for. I'll be like, "Your guess is just as good as mine."
No. He wouldn't have much cable. I'm on a hotspot, so I haven't got much cable. I probably need to kill it and go all the way down. Steve done left.
What happened to Steve?
I ain't no telling. Well, what you been up to today, Mr. Kenny?
Oh, not much. Just been listening to it rain. Been kind of watching YouTube and just kind of getting ready. Just kind of trying to get things prepared for that guy, for that person that they're sending out here sometime today. Somewhere between 12 and 1, or somewhere between 12 and 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I think Ron's froze again, I think. No, I have no control. I can't drop a link or nothing because I don't have access to his login. Yeah. Um.
You headed for bed, Kathleen?
Good night. Good night, Cat. I'm probably gonna shave it before the cruise for sure.
I need to do something. Hello, Rango.
Drop the link, Ron.
Oh, Lord. You got the movie star here tonight.
Oh, I know movie star. How you doing, Ron?
Oh, doing good, Gina. I'm usually watching you.
Whoops, I got feedback.
First time.
Do I still have feedback?
He's froze.
Uh-oh.
No, you don't have feedback. We can't hear it.
Okay, good deal. Yeah, he froze up, didn't he? Well, it's up to you now. There he
He's
is.
He's back now.
Whoops. I had to set up my laptop, and then I have to unplug the cord that has the Wi-Fi extender, so I'm running the straight line from the cabin out to my van to plug in my laptop, so it takes so long.
Well, my
Hello.
internet is crazy tonight.
Hello, everybody in the chat. I see everybody saying hello. Trying a new beer I've never tried. It's called Black Butte Porter. It's pretty good.
Black Butte Porter.
Yep. Oh, he froze.
He froze again.
That's what I call doing Vogue. He's voguing.
That was a good interview you did with that channel, that Get Her Better.
Yeah, Get Her Better's a pretty good channel. She's a very nice lady. Very cool lady.
Yeah, I'm gonna I'm gonna go check out her videos and stuff and make a connection.
Well, Ron left us kids here, so now it's time to cut up, everybody.
Oh, your internet went out too, Steve?
Yes, yeah, Peace Dragon, I have a channel. It's called Van Life with Gina.
How long have you been on here, Gina?
On your show?
No.
I started YouTubing right when COVID started. The December before COVID started. So December 2019.
All right.
COVID started. The December before COVID started. Now I hear an echo.
Yeah,
okay, Steve. What's on, Steve?
Well, I
was in bed. I got up and got dressed and whipped out my laptop, undid the internet line, and hooked it up to the laptop. So you got me with bad hair. There we go.
Boy, you done well on the internet, on YouTube, Gina.
I what?
I said you have done well on YouTube.
Oh, I have fun with it. It's just about fun.
Yeah, but you've
sharing my life with you guys.
Well, you've helped a lot of people, Gina, and
that's the
reason.
plan. That's the plan, to help as many as I can.
Yeah, and I subscribe to you and I support your channel for that very reason, because I want to see you do well, and I always enjoy watching. That was a great interview.
Yeah, she's a sweetheart and very cool ideas. She thinks out of the box. That's what I really liked.
Mm-hmm. And she does things cheap. She does recycle.
That's what I do.
Recycle. Yeah.
I'm working on a project now. I could buy the part for it, but I'm not going to. I'm going to make my own. Shoot, I'll make it work one way or the other. I'm an Okie at heart. I mean, I was born and raised in Oklahoma, so I can do anything under a shade tree.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm going to drop down for just a minute.
Whatever there, Ron. Whatever. Hey, did you see I shouted you out, Ron, in my video the other day?
I'm gonna drop it down and reboot. See if I can't get this thing.
That's okay. We got the show. We won't do nothing wrong.
That's right. We got a rock star up here, Gina.
We won't do nothing wrong. Only thing is, I don't have all those buttons to play with like I do on my channel, so I can't do any. I can't play anything, but we could probably tell a joke or two and get away with it. Maybe.
So, Gina, I was telling these guys I was bragging on my Starlink internet.
Uh-huh.
And while I was bragging about it, well, shortly after, it went down for 3 minutes.
Oh.
I got a little app here that shows outages. and it knocked me off of Ron's live stream, and it went down for 3 minutes. It says network issue at 11:14 p.m.
Well, you're as clear as a bell. I'll tell you, you're clear. I wish I could get that Starlink stuff because I'm way out in mountain range, and like now that I've unplugged from there's a cabin on this property where I park at, and they've run me like a 200-foot internet line out here to plug into my laptop when I go live. Well, when I'm not live, I plug it into a Wi-Fi extender that's plugged in the van, so that way at least my phones will work. But once I unplug that, my phones don't work or anything because my signal out here is horrible too. Plus, I'm inside the van, so yeah, it's just not that good. But it works good, plugged straight into the computer, the laptop.
Yeah, that's the way we were. We live out in a rural area. We're about 25 miles from town.
Yeah,
And
I'm about 20.
Yeah, we had an RF antenna up on the roof, shooting to a mountaintop, and it was.
Yeah.
I could watch streams, but as soon as I jumped up on someone's stream, it started getting really bad. There wasn't enough bandwidth, and
Right.
so Starlink came out and arrived in my area, so I put in for it, and gee whiz, I put in for it in December, and then March, the equipment was ready, and I bought the equipment and installed it. Boy, and it's just been rock solid out here. It's been really nice having.
Yeah. Well, see, I'm about 20 miles from town. I mean, this is like this little town that I'm in has a store and a gas station. That's it. But it's in a valley surrounded by mountains, big mountains. I'm right at the bottom of a mountain, and they have internet here, but it's not fiber. It's not fiber internet. I don't know what it is, but the cabin. When I first started parking out here, they just had there's a lot of tall trees, and right behind the van is really tall pine tree, and at the top of that they had a little disc, and that used to be the Wi-Fi. When I first started going live, I was all fuzzy. That's the best I could do, but then they got internet into the cabin and ran a 200-foot cord out here, which that slows it down a bit, and so when I'm not live or on a live, I just have it plugged into the Wi-Fi center. So I have decent Wi-Fi. I can watch YouTube usually, but the internet goes out all the time here. All the time.
Well, I've had more tonight than I have in a long time.
You what?
I said I've had more. Am I echoing on y'all?
No, you sound good.
Okay. I've had more trouble with the internet tonight than I ever had. This is the worst night I've had on it.
I remember first time I ever went live. I had the live going, and I had Roy and Becky's Travels up there, and Epic RV Adventure on my live. It wasn't the first time I went live, but it was one of the first times I went live. And so I didn't know that when I leave the screen that the stream kept running unless I end it. So I said goodbye to everybody and left, and I left those two up on the stream. And about an hour later, I get a phone call from Meant to Be RV, and hey, you need to go end your live. Those guys are still holding it up for you. I go, what? Dude, I left. I went back, and they about time. We didn't know what else to say up here. We're just standing here looking at each other. I was like,
I can tell you one worse than that, Jenny. First time I tried to get on here, well, some kind of way I got two lives going at the same time.
I've had that happen too.
And Kenny got a hold of me, and I couldn't figure out how to get out of it. I was green. I didn't know how to shut everything down.
I'll tell you the easiest way to go live.
Kenny,
now, Steve, I know you could do it, is go straight through YouTube. Don't use StreamYard. It's a lot less bandwidth. Like when I go live, when I'm at the campground, I go straight through YouTube. I can't do none of the little extra things I do, but It's a lot less bandwidth, a lot easier, better signal. But that's the best way to go live if you can, just straight through YouTube.
I
I
did
may
it
have-
on my phone and using, the YouTube app. In fact, I set my phone up at the koi pond out back here and
Yeah.
just did a test live with that, and it worked pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. I like going live just straight. Only thing with YouTube is you can't do a pre-live thumbnail. I mean, when you go live, when you're going to go live is when you're going to go live. It's going to show that, and you don't have all the little extra things, and you can't bring a guest up. But I mean, it's okay if you're doing lives, just impromptu or like when I'm at the campground or whatever. It's a lot easier.
Yeah, you did one walking around your campground there not too long
Yeah.
ago.
Yep.
Yeah, I watched that. Yeah.
Yeah, and when I'd walk further into the trees, I'd lose signal. That's why the screen went black.
Mhm.
That campground has huge trees, and I was right in the middle of them.
Yeah.
The
Well, I think-
thumbnails for community tab. Well, a thumbnail is like when I post a thumbnail from StreamYard, everybody can see it, not just the community.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, StreamYard's cool. I love having StreamYard. Don't get me wrong, because I'm on the paid version and I can do all the little things I do with it. But YouTube is just a lot less bandwidth.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, I just bought the paid version of StreamYard. I'm on the first month of it, and I did
Yeah.
2 lives on it so far.
Yeah,
And
StreamYard
so
is cool.
Still,
I mean, and you
learning it.
Yeah, you can do green screen for your background on there.
Mhm.
I don't like doing that, but I mean, you can just have like all those little clips I play. You can have that stuff. It's kind of
Mhm.
nice.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to learn now.
Like when I do those little clips of like the emojis or the thank yous, I'll edit them on my iPad, and then I just make them an MP4, and then I just email them, and then I download them onto the laptop from the email. Oh, there he goes again.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
froze again.
What's he doing behind the scenes? He must have beer and tacos in the background, because he just keeps leaving.
I think this is the worst he's ever had before. As far as Ron with the internet.
Well, we were doing a lot of pew pew talk, Gina, earlier, so I think YouTube is probably not happy with Ron right now.
Oh, that's what mine sounds like. Pew, pew.
Uh-huh.
Maybe they don't like me coming on every night.
Nah, it takes a lot to really get shut down on YouTube, or somebody shutting you down. I used to go live before I monetize. Kenny probably remembers this. Back when most of us wasn't monetized, Kenny, and meant to be RV and to be up on Friday night, and they'd be on live for like 8 hours trying to get their watch time. And so I would just join them for live, or I'd just turn them on and shoot. They'd get shut down 2 or 3 times a night, just cut off like that. And it was just because somebody was being a jerk and reported them for nothing. I mean, when talking about anything, nothing important, talking about the weather, and they get shut down.
I miss
But-
them.
I
used to watch
remember.
Yeah, they're in Canada now. They're back up in Canada with the grandkids again. I talk to them every day, but yeah, I miss seeing their YouTube stuff too. They're one of my favorite channels.
Yeah, they're not doing much right now on YouTube, are they? Or am I missing them?
No, they're not doing much on YouTube at all. They've been really busy. A lot of stuff going on with the family, and she's up in Newfoundland with the grandkids for another 3 or 4 months. So yeah, they're like 4.5 hours ahead of us where I'm at.
Okay.
And they've been real busy with work, or she has.
Yeah, he's retired, right?
Yeah, he's retired.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember when he retired and
Uh-huh.
they hit the road there.
Yep. Yeah.
I always
They're
enjoyed
going to hit
watching.
the road when they leave Canada this time. They're going to hit the road again for a while.
I think if I recall, they stopped doing videos after their little dog passed away.
About the same time, right after they left, they really wasn't doing many videos when it was up at when they were here at the Oregon meetup. You know, they had not been doing many videos at all. They told me they were going to kind of stop doing them for a while, and but yeah, she's been real busy with work and with the grandkids. So, Kicking It Country says, "Gotta go work. See you later."
Yeah, I remember many times I'd be up on the panel with Meant to Be RVing, I'd be she'd start live around 9-10 o'clock my time, Eastern Standard Time,
Mhm.
and it'd go until 6-7 o'clock the
Yep.
next morning.
Yeah, she helped me get my hours. I'd do that during the week. She would sit up with me, and then I'd sit up with her on the weekends, and that's how we got our hours in so quick.
You know, I was planning to do the same thing, live streaming, and that's why I kind of bought StreamYard. But I had one video that went viral, and you know who that was?
Who?
Mellow Nomadic Adventures.
Oh yeah, the tour.
Yeah, so I did the tour with him in January of this year when they were out here, and it's up to 41,000 views.
Yeah, that tour videos will get every time. Like when I did the tour of my van, the subscribers shot up and the views shot up big time. You know what really gave me a big boost was Glorious Life on Wheels. And when Chrome was on my show that night, I got a big boost too.
I'll bet you did, yeah.
Maybe that's what I need to do to get my subs up. I got all kind of hours.
You got your 4,000 hours?
I got 6,000 hours.
Yeah, so to get your subs up, now I hustled on subs up to about 800. I would go to, they call them sub for sub channels, but I'm still a member to one, Panay Rancher in Texas. Every once in a while, you'll see on my live, I'll have all these comments in another, in Philippines language in my chat before my live, because she brings people to my channel a lot, and like even if they don't subscribe, she'll bring them to my live if I have the thumbnail up, and I'll have like 100 thumbs up sometimes before I ever start my live, and that really helps push a video. It helps push a live stream out.
Well, I've been getting on a couple Filipino channels, and they are all about helping each other.
Yeah, Panay Rancher in Texas. I'm a member to her channel, and she's a member to mine. When I became a member to her, she came over and became a member to mine, and we've been a long time like that. And she's just so nice and very cool. She lives at a cattle ranch in Texas, and she watches my videos, and she'll have people come watch my videos. I mean, yeah, they definitely they helped Marshall a lot too. Her and Misty Mitch Blog really helped Marshall.
Who is this now? What's her name?
Panay Rancher in Texas is the one that I'm a member to.
I met her through Greg from
she goes live almost every day.
Greg from Fit for Expedition.
Yep, he goes over there a lot. Yep, but they really help. And you know who put me over 1,000 was the TR show. I used to go over there and watch him play guitar and stuff. But
you're not Kate.
He put me over the top. He shot me over I was at 800, and he shouted me out in his show. He had 500 people in his chat, and he ran my link in his chat, and I got put over 1,000. And then the YouTube yanked 100 of them away, and the next day he did it again, and it kept me up. That's how I monetized. He's the one that got me monetized.
What part of Texas are they in?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I think close to Dallas.
See, that's not very
Hello,
far.
Tana. Huh?
I said, that's not very far from me. I'm in Waco.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly where. Yeah, Steve goes live on Sundays, don't you, Steve?
Monday morning.
Mondays.
Yeah. Yeah, I just picked Monday morning because I wanted to learn. I wanted to be somewhere where I wasn't bumping into anybody else, and everybody I watch, is mostly on the weekends, late in the
Yeah.
week, and midweek. So I thought, well, I'm going to try Monday morning at 9 o'clock so I can learn, and I may move it later, but I'm in the learning process, and people like Kenny come in, Ron come in sometimes, and I appreciate that.
What helped growth after the shout out from Flores Life on Wheels was I drop a lot of videos. I put out a lot of videos. And every video I put out, I get 4 or 5 subs every time. And so that it's content really that brings you subs, I think, that subs that stick.
Yeah.
And I noticed now the same people that comment are the same people that always comment, but and I love comments, but I still grow 4 to 5, anywhere between 4 or 5 and 10 per video. So I try to put out as many videos as possible. And so a lot of it is content, I think, that helps you gain subs. I learned that from Chrome too. When he first started, he had a video a day, every day, didn't miss a beat. And if he missed a video, I was thinking something happened to him.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's what I tried. I'll get on spurts where I'll do one every day. Otherwise, I do 3 to 4 a week.
Well, this live was going to be one night a week.
Yeah.
And
and here we are.
Yeah.
Well, and I'll tell you this, for the time of night that you're on, you hold a crowd for a good amount of time. This is a hard time at night to have any crowd. It really is. The ideal time to be live is 7 p.m. during the week. 7 p.m. my time during the week. I noticed that's a prime time to be live, whether it be Monday through Friday. Weekends, not so much. But for the time of night you're on, you hold a crowd. That's I was telling Mint to be that the other day.
I've been amazed at how well this thing's done, because I don't know what the hell I'm doing, and I'm just, the only thing that keeps this thing going is I'm just about half smart ass.
I don't know what you mean. What type of chat items do I not like? I'm not sure what you mean. I talk about anything.
I tell you what, it's amazing though. I got started on yours, was one of the first ones I got started watching. Before that, Bob Wills, I was watching his, and then Jamie, the guy that was with Bob Wills, I've watched him. But now, there wasn't many people on RVs when I first got on here. I wouldn't.
You know who got me started in the RV community? Who introduced me to the RV community is Diana Brienne Fairchild. She's not an RVer. She just does short little videos all day long. She'll put short little videos out and just inspirational videos. She introduced me to Blue Wave Odyssey, and that's where it all started, Blue Wave Odyssey. What about night owls? Well, what I'm saying, Peace Dragon, there's only a handful of night owl people that are going to watch videos at night. I mean, you have to look at it like that. It is the trick is, and this is something Ron does very well, is that he'll get this handful of people in and he holds them, and that's really hard to do. It's hard to hold a crowd, especially at night, and that's one thing that you do well, Ron, is hold a crowd or whatever. But I mean, don't take it from me. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I fly by the seat of my pants daily, so.
Well,
Not AJ.
my whole deal is just having a good time in here. And somebody asked me the other day, said, "What's the topic going to be tonight?" And hell, I don't know. Yeah,
Right.
and that's just the way this one goes.
Well, Peace Dragon, I know you're saying you're a night owl, but what I'm saying is that if you want to put comparative to how many people are watching YouTube at 7 p.m. compared to what time is it now? Midnight, my time. There's a lot less people watching at this time. Do you see what I'm saying? At 7 p.m., there's more people, and what he's trying to do is get more audience. But I gave you a shout out the other day in my video.
Thank you.
And I did a silent video, and I was watching your channel, and so I filmed it, watching it, and I said who you was. And I was like, well, there you go. There's your shout out. But it is getting content
You got two frozen, Kenny.
content and putting yourself out there in a lot of different lives will bring you subs. Well, how many subs you have now, Ron?
315 or something like that.
Yeah. It'll come along.
I picked one
About
or two a week up. Oh, no. You ain't going to do that, William. He comes up with some goofy stuff.
Peace Dragon, I didn't know you were asking about foods. I thought we were talking about... I have no idea what they're talking about. I don't know. I don't know much.
I can go on one of these lives, though, when the first thing out of their mouth is, uh-oh, here comes trouble.
Yep. Yeah.
But we do have a good time up here.
That is not a bad beer. I have never had this before. It's got a real wheaty taste, like wheat beer or something.
Huh.
You can't read it because I'm blind, but
Well, I'll tell you,
what foods do I like? I can't have sodium, and I'm not supposed to eat carbs, so that lowers me down to what do I like? I like food. What can I eat? I'm not supposed to eat a whole lot.
I asked a doctor one time about going on a diet. I said, "Can I eat and not eat?" He said, "If it tastes good, you can't eat it."
Yeah, my cardiologist, when my heart went bad, said if it tastes good, spit it out.
Yeah.
He said that's the best advice I can give you, because only 25% of my heart works. I have congestive heart failure, COPD, diabetic, and asthma. So I'm not supposed to eat anything really. A Mediterranean diet would be good, but yeah, I can't live on no Mediterranean diet. But I have done well about eating vegetables and fruit and stuff. So
I love fruit. Now I can just load up on this.
I have to watch fruits, because of the sugar content.
Yep.
But carbs are the worst thing, and I'm more addicted to carbs than I am sweets. I mean, I'd rather have a sandwich than a cupcake, and it's just you get a lot of salt and a lot of carbs in that sandwich.
I tell you what, my downfall is chips and bread.
Yeah, I love bison, Kathleen. I hear that it's so expensive now. Where I got that bison I got before down the road, down at this little market here, a little bitty steak like this is $15. So I've been eating chicken mostly.
Steak and beef have gone way up.
Yeah, I've been eating chicken or just veggies. I like veggies and eggs a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm only allotted 1,500 milligrams of sodium per day, so I don't eat any canned food. And if I do, I rinse it with water. Like I'll use it in a stew or something, like vegetables or something. But I rinse it with water. But I try not to use canned food. I don't eat any box food. I only like certain kind of fish, Janice. I like cod, and I only like it cooked one way, which is the way it's not good for you. So
So
I like tuna.
So Gina, I know you're a bit of a prepper,
Yeah.
and so am I. A lot of what I've prepped are canned goods. So what do you stack?
Well, now I have a prep box of food, and I do have canned goods in it. But I tried to find canned goods that were lower in sodium.
Mm.
So if I had to eat them, I could. There's this chili. It's called. I think it's called Select. It's like an off-brand chili. It's in a white can. It says Select. It no beans in it, and the sodium for the whole can is only 480 milligrams, which is really good. And it actually tastes good. I buy that, and I buy tuna. I buy peanut butter. That's what's in the box. Also rice, even though it's carbs. If you're eating in an emergency, it's okay. That's what you're gonna eat.
Mhm.
And also, I have a couple of cans of the Augustin Farms. I have one of the big cans of the stroganoff, which is like 40 meals, I think, or 25 meals. And then I have one of freeze-dried strawberries that I keep in the prep box. I could get by, eating as an emergency type eating, not eating till you're full, probably a month in that one little box. I would love to be able to have somebody either dry me some hamburger meat or canned meat, but I don't have no way to do it, and I don't know how to do it. But I would love to have a little bit of canned goods in that, or somebody canned vegetables or something in that box.
Right.
But yeah, I've got about 30 days worth of food. I carry 27 gallons of water in the van, and so yeah, I'm pretty prepped up.
I'll tell you what I've got off into is that dehydrator. And that you can limit your salt pretty good on it.
That what?
You can limit your salt real well,
Yeah.
on the dehydrator. But
Yeah.
I did some stuff. I was doing some stuff today. I was taking celery and carrots and potatoes and making like a stew.
Yeah.
And then I was doing jerky patties.
There you go.
And I was putting that all in one package to where it's just a meal, where you could just put it in a pot of water and it wouldn't take any room up,
Most of my meals are one pan meals. I don't like to do dishes because everything in a van takes you longer to do. If you're living in a van, you do everything you do in a house, but it just takes you a little longer. And so if I can cook a one pan meal, I can eat it out of that pan too. And that's how I view everything. If I don't eat it out of the pan, I put aluminum foil over a paper plate, eat off that, and throw a foil away and put the plate away. But
I love it.
I cheat all the way around. But like the other day, I cooked some chicken strips, boneless, skinless chicken strips, with those. And I don't eat rice very often, but I got those Uncle Ben's pre-made up rice. I got the Spanish rice one, and like one little bag is one serving. So I put that bag with the chicken. And then I've been eating a lot of wraps. And so I have these wraps that are made with spinach, spinach wraps. So I put a spoonful of beans in the wrap. I put the chicken and rice mixture in it with lettuce and tomato and wrapped it up. Boy, that made a darn good dinner. It was a spinach burrito, I guess is what you call it, because it was made of spinach. But it was good.
Sounds yummy.
Hey, Kenny.
Yes, sir.
Not just gonna see if you was awake.
G's here.
Hey, G.
Hello, G. How you doing? I guess I'm a prepper too, but
Hey, Ernie.
Well, Kathleen Klein just said if you put the rice in the fridge for a little bit, it'll get the carbs away. But did you know that if you take a wooden spoon and put in a pot of beans and make a stair step on that spoon, the farts will climb out and poof in the air. You won't have no farts afterwards.
Oh, Lord.
Thought you'd like that one.
Hello, Sean. How you doing?
Yeah, I seen that, Kathleen Klein. I found some. I've been eating those tomato basil wraps and the spinach wraps. I love those things.
I will eat spinach. I'll eat.
Yes, I eat eggs. Peace Dragon.
I'll eat spinach. I'll eat mustard greens. I'll eat
any vegetable.
The only vegetable I will not eat is avocado.
Well, there's a lady that lives on this property. She's Jamaican, and they eat a lot of different food. But she brings me out a bowl of food, and I'll try anything once. She wanted me to try this meat. It didn't look normal, like anything I'd ever seen. It wasn't pig foot. I was thinking maybe it's pig foot, and I don't know how to say the word politely on here. Not testicles, but the other private part of a bull. I'll just say it. Penis. The penis.
Mhm.
I ate it, and I told. She goes, "Did you like it?" And I go, "Well, I don't know. That texture was weird." She told me what it was. I was like, "Well, thanks."
Really?
Yeah.
That was really good. But I'll try anything once. But
That's
she just,
cock-a-la-poo.
yeah.
That's how I feel about it down at the cruise.
I was like, well, okay. I'll try anything once.
She
Okay.
told you after you ate it?
Yeah, told me after I ate it. It tasted okay. It was cooked with beans and rice, which that hid any flavor, but the texture was horrible. And I'm a big person on texture. And yeah, you could chew it for days. No. I was like, nah, no more for me. No more for me. Thank you. She goes, do you want seconds? No, thank you.
Now
No.
I've eaten the mountain oysters, the testes.
Oh yeah, so have I. Yeah.
But I've not eaten the.
I called meant to be. I said, do you know what I just ate? She goes, I'm scared to ask. And I used the C word. She goes, what? She just laughed at me. She's like, oh my God, Gina. And I'm from Oklahoma. A lot of chicken gizzards. Any little store you go to in Oklahoma, you got chicken gizzard and liver in the deli. And I don't like that stuff. I don't like the texture. I mean, I've ate it all. I just don't like it. A meat I do like is goat meat.
I love goat meat, lamb meat. Oh man.
You like
I make your tongue slap your brain. That stuff.
We used to barbecue a goat per year. We'd barbecue a goat every year. And I like raccoon meat. I ate raccoon meat.
I've not eaten raccoon meat. That's one meat I haven't eaten.
I'm trying to get Kenny to go ahead and go with a challenge with me and eat a fried grasshopper, and he won't do it.
Right? You remember that show, Fear Factor? A lot of that stuff you wouldn't have got me to eat.
Yeah.
I'd be like, yeah, I lose. It's all good. I didn't need that money anyway. That's how I look at that. I'd be like, Joe Rogan, I'd rather kiss you than eat what's there. Dude, they'd have kicked me off the show.
Yeah, I used to watch that Fear Factor. I loved watching it, really.
The two things on that show, anything to do with heights, count me out. And eating eyeballs or something like that, no. No. Put me in with a bunch of snakes wouldn't bother me. But eating eyeballs and stuff, no. Kangaroo, I bet I would try kangaroo meat, but they're so darn cute. How'd you eat a roo? They're so cute.
Ooh.
I've often thought of, since my truck is kind of like a taco truck, it's a bread truck, to sell tacos at the window, but people would be seeing my cats and wonder what those tacos are made of.
Exactly, yeah. Hey guys, I'm gonna jump off of here and head to bed. It's midnight here. Ron just corrupted me. I never used to be a night person, until I started hanging out with Ron.
I'm like Ray
Good
now.
night.
My-
Nice to see you, Steve.
Okay, same here, Gina. It's good to see you. You guys have a good evening.
Good
And
night,
Nice.
Steve.
Kenny
Good
will
night.
catch up with you later. Thanks for having me up, Ron.
See you later.
All right. Goodbye, everybody in the chat.
Goodbye. Yeah, I've heard that it's not. It's very lean. I eat deer meat. I can buy a pound of deer meat down at this little market. Ground deer meat for $1 more than I can buy a pound of ground beef, which the deer meat is a lot more lean. I'll buy that before I buy the ground beef. And it's only $1 more down here.
I love deer meat.
Yeah, me too. I like elk too.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
And I love to fish. I mean, I'm from Oklahoma. We used to go catfishing all the time. I caught on a trot line. We caught a 64-pound catfish. I've caught a 42-pound noodling with my stepbrother, but 64-pound on trot line. Now, and I'll eat catfish if it's cut in little bitty pieces, dipped in cornmeal, and then fried. I'll eat it. Otherwise, I don't like it.
Yeah, it's got to be fried. It's got to crunch.
Yeah, it's got to be little pieces dipped in cornmeal. It gets that crunch, and fry it, because then you don't taste that muddy catfish. And what we used to do is rinse it with milk and then dip it in cornmeal and fry it. Venison and bison. I love both of those, Kathleen. It's just so expensive out here.
I booked a hunt the day before yesterday, and it's for Axis deer. And they claim Axis is the best wild meat you can taste. They claim it's better than elk.
Oh, really?
And
I've tried bear meat too, and I didn't like it.
nah, I don't like bear meat.
Too tough and too. I don't
Grease?
know. It just tasted. I don't know. Too wildlife. Just didn't taste good. But now, also, if it's the right season, they say it tastes better when they're eating all the berries and stuff.
Hey, Linda, Camp Little One.
Hello, Linda. Well, on the catfish, it depends on how clear the water is, too.
Yeah, Lake Thunderbird in Oklahoma is known as Lake Dirty Bird. It's got red clay. It's just red. But yeah, we've got some big catfish out there.
I tell you what, I get a kick out of fishing we fish for big catfish and stuff, but we fish for them big alligator gar too. And
Are those good?
They're not bad. They're
Really?
Yeah, they got a back strap like a deer.
Yeah.
That's the prettiest white meat you ever saw in your life.
Really? I had never heard anybody say those were good.
And it tastes like catfish, but it's real clean meat.
Yeah, that catfish, cutting it up in little pieces, dipping it in milk and then cornmeal, it didn't have a catfish taste at all.
Yeah. Well, these catfishes we catch down here, they don't have a fishy taste on.
Oh, good.
Taste.
All the other fish I'll eat is cod.
I'll eat salmon, mackerel.
No. I ordered a bagel with lox on it. I didn't know what lox was. First time I went to a fancy bagel place here one time, years ago. And it was breakfast, and I was like, lox on a bagel, it's got to be good, whatever it is. No. It was salmon. Yeah.
I tell you what, down here, crappie and I like bass.
Yep.
I like them, but crappie are really good eating.
Yeah.
They're real light meat. I need to break one of my kayaks out and do a video on that, and go spend about 3 days on that river with them drop lines and rod and reel.
Yeah.
I had world record on a alligator gar with a bow for a while. Gina, it weighed 270 pounds and is 8.5 foot long.
Oh shit!
For those of you that don't like salmon, I'll take your share because I love it.
I won't eat salmon. I just don't like salmon at all. I've had it several ways. Don't like it. Don't like it.
I'll even eat that stuff raw right out of the can.
I thought
But
if I eat salmon
salmon.
enough, I would learn to like it. Because when I changed over trying to eat better, when I first got sick, I had to change everything. A lot of vegetables I wouldn't eat before, but now I love veggies. And so I thought, well, I'll just keep trying different ways of salmon and I'll like it. But no. Nah. But cod, I like cod. I did a video cooking cod in my Omnia oven. Oh my God, that was good. All I did was put, I took a spoonful of mayonnaise, mixed Parmesan and onion together in it and spread it over the top of the cod and put green onions on top of it and baked it in the Omni oven. Holy smack, that was good.
You want to try something a little bit different on your fish. Cut it up in little pieces like you're talking about and dip it in mustard and then dip it in cornmeal.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that's good.
Yeah, I bet. Camp Goer 1 crackers make everything good.
Yeah.
I remember when I was a kid, it was like a good day when I was raised by my dad. We lived way out in the country in Oklahoma on a 600-acre ranch, and we'd drive to the market. It was like 20 miles away, 20, 30 miles away. A little bitty country store. He'd go in and get a little thing of salami and crackers and then get us 2 RC colas. And that's what we'd just drive to town for that and would eat that driving back home. That was just a day out. That was some of the best food ever, in my opinion. Crackers, salami, and an RC cola. Life don't get better than that.
RC Cola. I haven't seen one of them in a long time.
Yeah, I'll take an RC cola over any cola. But I don't drink cola anymore. But I'll have a beer once in a while. I don't drink cola anymore. I'll drink a shot of whiskey once in a while. It's just because of all the sodium in all of it.
The beer, I don't know. I just lost my taste for it. I used to drink beer heavy, and
yeah, I used to too when I was young. But now Oregon has more breweries than I think any other state. But there's so many beers here to try, and I like to try a different one every time. I have found so many different beers I do like, but so many I don't like. I don't like IPAs at all. They taste like an orange to me. I just like, ew. Yuck. If I was going to drink a damn orange, I'd have put a straw in an orange. Jeez. I tell you what I like is honey whiskey.
Yeah, I've heard you mention that several times.
I'll take a shot of American honey wild turkey. That stuff is good. Or peanut butter whiskey is really good. Really fattening, but good.
I never have tried that.
Yes, beer is loaded with carbs unless you get that one ultra light beer. I bought that to try it out to see what it tastes like. It tastes like water. Yeah. Everybody says put orange juice in beer too, but I don't know. IPAs taste like they have oranges. I'll tell you what's good is. Okay, I have this idea. If I lived in a house, I would do this. Okay, so has any of y'all ever tried chocolate and beer? Now I promise you, if you take a bite of a Hostess cupcake and a Coors Light, take a bite and drink a shot of that beer, that's the best taste in the world. I promise you. So my idea is that you know how once a month women get bitchy,
Ain't nomadic rat pack.
So I figure if I could, a great marketing concept here, make some chocolate beer, and on one side of the bottle have a lady all just, and on the other side of the bottle have her holding that beer, smiling, and call it When Chocolate's Not Enough. There you go. I think that beer would sell mounds. Husbands would be buying it for their wives. Wives would be buying it for their wives. I mean, like, I'm telling you now, that beer would work. And it's good.
I never would have thought of that combination. I'm not a big chocolate eater though, either.
What? Try a cupcake. Go buy you a Hostess cupcake or a Ding Dong. Ding Dong's even better. One bite of Ding Dong and a Coors Light or a Bud, or it don't have to be an expensive beer, is good. And I'd call it PMS beer.
PMS.
PMS beer when chocolate's not enough. I think that would market well. Have a really crazy lady on one side, and on the other side, have her holding the beer, smiling, and saying, "Hello, honey," And I think it would go over well. Hello, Angie. Hey.
Hello, Miss Angie. How
Hey,
you doing?
Angie, hey.
But think about it. PMS beer. PMS beer. Perfect. Yeah.
You're not gonna get a comment out of me on that with all these women in here.
I'm telling you that would be PMS beer. And think about it. You could have that with tacos. You'd have dinner and dessert all in one. How could your woman be upset with that combination, chocolate and beer and tacos? What woman would be upset? No woman would be upset about anything.
I'll have to put that back in the corner and remember that one.
Yeah. I mean, if somebody walked up to me with a chocolate beer and tacos, I don't care if he's the ugliest fella in the world. I'd be like, "You're all right, dude. You're fine. I think I like you."
And take him for a walk on the beach, huh?
Yeah, I'm telling you now. Nomadic Rat Pack. What's up, Troy? Are you coming to O22, Troy? He better be. He's not that far away. If he don't, I'm not even going to talk to him no more. Whatever. Troy could bring me a chocolate beer and I wouldn't even talk to him. He's not coming to O22.
Well, I
Troy.
got five more days till I find out if I'm going to be able to go or not.
Do ya?
Yeah, and see if his rib hit back by then.
Oh, it'll be okay. Wrap it up tight and jump in that car or truck and boogie.
Well,
Okay, Nomadic Rat. Hey, I'm gonna tell you a little bit of something about Rat Pack. Rat Pack makes the best hamburger on God's earth. He made hamburgers at that last meetup. I was like, did he sprinkle magic on them? Because those were good. I'm telling you, they were good. Well, Nomadic Rat Pack, I want some burgers. Bring me some burgers.
I tell you what's good is them egg rolls that Tim from Mo Bang for Your Bucks makes.
Nomadic Rat Pack, he loves everybody down under cruises. I've given that old boy a hug. He's a hugger.
Boy, Ernie sure been quiet tonight.
We need to get Ernie and Angie up here.
Yeah.
And
Love you, Troy. Love you, Troy.
Because I know them two. They
Angie Haywood, I bet she'd like my PMS beer. I don't care what y'all say.
Oh.
She'd drink it.
I bet
Wouldn't
you
you,
would.
Angie? Say yes, Gina. I would drink your PMS beer. I mean, I've tried a lot of different beers, but that chocolate cut ding dong and the drink of beer when eating a ding dong, there's nothing tastes any better than that as far as beer goes.
I'll tell you what.
Well, and now you may have to consider that's coming from a woman here that would drink Jason Momoa's bathwater. So, my taste might not be that good. He's so hot, I drink his bathwater.
I probably wouldn't give them a 10, Amy.
Uh-oh, he coughed himself or sneezed right off the screen.
At least if he
Shit.
does, if he does, I don't taste it. If he does put avocado in them.
I'll tell you some good wine. We can talk about some wine. It's not expensive. It's made by Snoop Dogg. It's really good wine, though. Snoop Dogg's red wine is good. You know, me and Snoop are like this. He says, whatever, Gina.
Oh, mercy. Well, folks, I hate to do this, but we've been on here in damn near 3 hours again.
All right. Well, I got to get going, too. I got to hit the hay.
Gina,
Thanks for having me up here, man.
oh, yeah, I really appreciate you coming up, gal. Enjoy.
All right. Well, thanks for having me. Kenny, I'll see you later. I'll see all you guys in that chat later, Gator.
See you, Gina. Looking forward to getting to meet you one day in person.
Heck yeah. All right, guys. I'll talk to you later.
All right, good night, y'all. And everybody in the chat, yeah, good night.
Good night, everybody.
We'll see you later, Kenny.
Good night.